Do you have ready answers for all the questions an auditor might ask, or do your audits feel like frantic searches for information? How quickly can you get to details behind reports and metrics? Do you know when transactions changed, who changed them, and what they were before? Introducing Intacct, the only cloud ERP that continuously prepares you for an audit, putting the answers you need right at your fingertips. Let's look at a brief example of how a company using Intacct handles an audit. A growing technology company has an opportunity to expand into a larger market if they can get financing for infrastructure and marketing. As part of the financing, the controller, Dan, is faced with an independent audit. In the past, audits meant a constant series of time-consuming searches for information that auditors demanded. And because the company has grown since the last audit, Dan expects more questions that are more involved. Time spent in the audit would be time away from strategic planning for the expansion. He also knows that the longer an audit drags on, the more expensive it gets. This time, Dan has new tools to save him both time and money. He starts with Intacct dashboards, which summarize key metrics reflecting the health of the company. Early in the audit, when the auditor asks to see what's making company revenue so much higher this past year, Dan can quickly drill down to show the revenue brought in by an entity the company added. Not only does Intacct continuously consolidate the company's financials, it allows Dan to keep drilling down to individual transactions. When the auditor has questions about changes to a transaction, a built-in audit trail generated by continuous and automated tracking of transactions shows before and after values for the transaction, when the changes were made, and who made them. Dan can even filter the audit log to find changes in a date range by a user or on a specific document type, like bill or invoice. Intacct eliminates speculation about what may have changed over time, keeping your company GAAP compliant. Dan knows from experience that auditors don't just ask what was done and when it was done, they also ask why it was done. He's ready with Intacct Collaborate that stores conversations in the context of financial records. When the auditor asks for documentation about why an adjustment for penalties was added, Dan points to a conversation in Collaborate. He shows not only the answers to the question, but an attached document that lays out the schedule and memos behind the penalties. In summary, Dan practically breezes through the audit. Drill downs from dashboard data that's continuously consolidated show details behind summary results. Automated audit trails track updates to transactions, records, and workflow configurations. Intacct Collaborate helps Dan and his team record accounting decisions right alongside financial transactions and records. Because Intacct continuously prepares Dan and his team for audits, they can focus their time and attention on the strategic decisions that will keep the company growing. Get ready to breeze through your next audit. Learn more today by scheduling a live demo with Intacct.